unlike the Nigerians, well, you're also an ordinary Nigerian.
I don't live in government house.
You are also an ordinary Nigerian, but you happen to pull more weights than some of us. So probably you could help us suggest to the government.
You are saying that I should help people and put it to government.
No, I'm not. We're saying no, Alhaji. We're saying that you have more connect than me. For instance, you could help us push some of these ideas, but away from that.
It's the common responsibility of all of us, whether we have been in government before, whether we are in the press. But you know very well that the press is powerful, and you should know how to get these things across to the government. You can take on the government through your investigations. You can take on through a lot of other, modes. I'm just one person, and the problem is the problem of all Nigerians.
Yes, the problem is a problem.
I hope people in government and people in the private process are listening to us now.
Of course, they are listening to us, and we hope that they will do the right thing. But then, what are your suggestions? Before we get to the suggestions, Nigeria seems to be on a different trajectory now. Whoever becomes president has a lot of work to do. What are the areas that you think that person should look into and begin to deal decisively with?
Number one, if I have my way, every Nigerian child should be provided with free and compulsory education. In a situation where we have so millions of out-of-school children, it's just waiting. They are waiting time bombs. All these criminals were recruited from those who had been abandoned, who had been denied education, who had been denied modern from many other areas did not think of providing. And so this has to expect a lot of difference. So whoever is coming in as president, and I go and pray that Bola Ahmed Tinubu will come in as our next president. He has what it takes. He's a thinker, he's a philosopher, he's a performer. I hope and trust that he will take the issue of education, at least to catch potential criminals, to catch them young and transform them into human. We need free education, we need skills training. Most of those in criminality today, I believe if they had opportunity of being properly trained, properly brought into the civilized communities, will not be into criminality. So that is very, very important. Number two, we need to do a lot of psychological retraining. We should engage a lot of our teachers, Muslims and teachers. Because I just know when somebody is a Muslim, he plays after training, and he doesn't have any gumption to kill. It is self-contradictory. It means our teachers have not succeeded enough to give proper orientation to those who eventually become criminals. So we need to be preachers in place of pride, possibly remunerate them, and let them be able to do what they should do to assist in proper thinking. Number three, we need to bring development to all parts of the country. A lot of leaders in many areas of Nigeria have really failed because they are only interested in their immediate families. They have too much money, which it does not reflect in improving on the welfare of people around them. That is another thing that we have to certainly do. Again, with the armed forces, we should see them as the last line of defense. We should equip them properly. We need a lot of equipping. We also need to remunerate them appropriately. We need to have insurance cover, life insurance cover for all armed forces and police personnel, so that they know when they are cut down in the line of duty, their families will not suffer. Again, we need a lot of equipment. In bringing in equipment, again, I think the other forms of, sub also be equally good. I wouldn't mind if the NYC, people who go into NYC are also properly given training. Maybe we should extend the time of NYC 1 year for military training and the second year for the proper NYC. We should also make to be a reserve. In Nigeria today, we have so many retired armed personnel, but who are still very strong and who can be kept in the reserve, security reserve, like it is done in other countries. We need all of this to be done. Again, we need to deploy ICT properly. Unfortunately, this has not yet been done. We need, scanners on our roads and in black spots all over the country. I think with some of these things, we would have a reduction in the effect of insecurity all across the country.
All right, so I haven't spoken about what the next president should do. When you take a look at President Buhari's 8 years, you were part of that. What do you think could have been done better, particularly to shore up some support for the government and restore public confidence? But what do you think could have been done better?
Well, we should be charitable to President Buhari in the sense that when he was coming on board, insecurity was only about the Boko Haram. And he mustered all the financial resources to acquire jet bombers and all of that. You will recall that during his first term, we didn't have the banquet now. We didn't have it. It was a new development. And so as it was unfolding, I believe he was taking appropriate steps. But I think what is happening now, we need to move forward now that we are preparing for a new regime, rather than looking back at what went wrong. Everybody knows in power and those forms knows what went wrong. Let us forget about the past. Let us move forward in hope that the new government will do things differently and better.
We only hope that it's still a question to you that the APC will not give excuses either as to the past governments, leaving them liabilities of insecurity or insurgencies as well.
What the question again, sorry.
I said APC now. Would they not give us excuses as well as to the past government or inheriting?
I don't know. You are. Let me ask this question. The two of you, interview me now. If each of you is given an assignment, would you do it exactly the same? And the importance of regular elections is to bring in new ideas and new blood. So, I mean, if I was president, certainly I'll do things before. And I pray one day I'll become president. Certainly I'll do things differently in a way that Nigerians will begin to say, where has this man been all these years? But he's not necessarily the best person that gets into public office because factors are different. So I assure you that having the antecedents of our incoming president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in governance over an 8-year period, which makes it consistently and perpetually relevant politically over the last 22 years, he will certainly do things differently and better.
Okay, so that promise that you're making to Nigerians there. Now let's look at the campaigns of the APC. There have been some outbursts by the presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, twice in Abeokuta, Ogun State, and in some other places. What do you think prompts some of these outbursts? And some could be misconstrued, have been misconstrued, like the PCC has said. But some persons say it speaks to the fact that perhaps the presidency and not the president now, the presidency and the party and the candidate are on different paths.
In many cases, when no matter how close you are, even in a household. I mean, the Yorubas will say, why they resolve it. So that even as husband and wife, you have cause to disagree. And you pass things up once the right thing has been done, once corrections have been done. On the 2 occasions of the supposed outburst, you know that what not only for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but also for our party. So I think they are positive things, if you call them outbursts. After the last one, again in Abeokuta, you know that Mr. President has given commitments and has recommitted himself to the anticipated victory of month's presidential election. So I think